In this video, we're going to discuss how you can use template items in a list control in a UX component. So what we have visible right now is a very simple list control that is based on static data, and you can see that when I tap on a row in the list, there's no event handlers that have been hooked up yet at this point. So template items are a way of putting special attributes into the HTML template for the list row and then binding event handlers to those template items. So what we're going to do is use template items to add an event handler so that when the user clicks on a value in the last name column, we're going to fire an event. So let's start now to go back to our list builder, and we'll open up the list builder, and then we'll go now to the layout, and on the last name column over here you can see that currently the template for the last name looks just like curly bracket last name, which means that the HTML template is doing nothing more than inserting the data for the last name column. So we're going to go now and add a template item over here. So first we'll open up the builder for the column template, and let's wrap this placeholder in a span. So here's our HTML markup, and now what we'd like to do is insert a template item over here which is going to have the event handler on it. So in the hyperlink here, I'm going to click on template items, and the first item just explains what a template item is. So if we bring it up, you can see that a template item is a special attribute called A5-item, and then the name of the template item called and the name is arbitrary. So once you do that, then you can define the event handlers for this item. So let's go ahead now and define an item. So we'll go here and we'll add an item called, say, my item 1. And then what we're going to do is in the onClick event we'll add some code. So inside the onClick event here we can reference row number, which is the row number of the row that the user clicked on, and we can also reference something called item arguments. So we'll look at item arguments when we place the template item into the template itself. So we'll just go here and we'll say so we'll go over here and we'll say alert, you clicked on row, and then we'll put in plus row number, and then we'll say plus and item argument, and then plus IA. So we'll go ahead there and then click OK. So now we've gone ahead and we've defined our first template item called my item 1, and there can be as many of these as you want. And now inside our template here we're going to go here and insert that. So we'll go there and insert this item called my item 1, and we'll insert an argument, and we'll call this argument here, say, last name. So basically we can put arbitrary values in the item argument, including values, data values. So we could go here, if we inserted a data value, we could insert the current value of the first name field or the last name field, etc. But right now I'm going to just leave it at that. So there's our item, our template item inside the span. So we've added it to the markup, and now let's go ahead now and click the button, and you can see now it says you clicked on row 0 and the item argument is last name. So this is telling me now that I clicked on row 4 on the last name column. But when I click on these other columns over here, nothing happens because the template for these fields is not wrapped inside with a span, and the A5 item placeholder is not being used. So the ability to go to arbitrary template columns and mark up the template with span tags that use the A5-item attribute is powerful, because it lets you easily put event handlers on field values. And the same thing would be true if I was not using a columnar layout but a free-form layout. So thank you very much for watching.